If you got to weave, you understand maintenance. You know, every now and then those braids get a little loose. You got to tighten it up. You know, if you got a sew in or a full enclosure, you understand maintenance. You understand maintenance. You know you don't go and get no manicure and pedicure once a year. You know every 2 weeks you got to get your feet touched up. You got to get you understand maintenance. But we struggle in maintenance when it comes to miracles because we don't think that it's necessary, but the text shows us that it is. 3 things I'm going to leave you. Jesus gives him back his sight, gives him his vision, gives him the ability to forecast his own future, gives him the ability to live again, gives him the ability to not have to depend on other people's favor in order to thrive and survive, and then gives him instruction. What's the instruction he gives him, Bishop? I promise you, I'm almost out your way. The first thing he tells him, he says, go home. Y'all missed it. He says, go home. He tells him, he says, go home. Y'all still missing it. Y'all missing it. Y'all missing it. Yes, sir. Simple question. Simple question. Simple question. Simple question. Simple. Very simple. Crazy me. I shouldn't read. How would he know where home was? He was blind. So how are you going to send a blind man home? How would he know? Y'all ain't getting this. How would he know where home was? The only way the man could know where home was is that at some point in his life, he had to be able to see. And the only reason why he got blind was because while he was on his way through life circumstances, he lost his sight in the process. I can't get no help here. And I want you to understand that there are some things in your life that will hit you, that will cause you to lose your ability to see your way through struggles. But just touch somebody and tell them, say, when you get it back. I wish you would just touch them, say, but once he gives it back to you, return back to the place of origin. Go back to the place where you first got your vision. Don't stay out there trying to figure it out, but return home. The old church would say that home is the place. Home is where the wicked shall cease from troubling. It's where the weary shall be at rest. So the first thing that Jesus does is once he gives him his vision back, he tells him, I need you to return to the place of origin where you first saw in the first place. That's number one. Number two is he tells him, not only do I want you to go home, but then he tells him, neither go into the town. Y'all missed it. He says, go home. He says, neither go into the town. He says, go home, neither go into the town. He says, go home, neither go into the town. He says, go home, neither go into the town, which would imply that his home was not in the town he was hanging in. That the only reason why he was in that town, watch this, is because he wandered into it blindly. God, I feel like preaching. There are some things and some places that you found yourself in that you would have never went to if you could see correctly. But now that God has given you sight and shown you where you're supposed to end up and not where that you have been, now you need to make up in your mind that because he's given me vision, I can't go back to what he pulled me out of. I just wonder, is there anybody here other than me that can tell God, I'm so glad you pulled me out of some stuff. And now that you pulled me out of it, I can't go back. I can't get no help. I said, touch your neighbor real fast and say, neighbor, now that God's done pulled me out of some things, I can't go back to what he pulled me out of. I can't go back to what he delivered me from. I can't go back to what he took me from. I wonder, is there anybody here other than me that's thankful that God pulled you out of some stuff?